Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. On hot7025fm.com. Keep your
This is Her Flow from Hot 702.5 FM. Las Vegas, looking for a winner takes all way to burn off that extra energy? Welcome to Bouncy World, the ultimate climate controlled indoor playground. We're stacking the deck with specials all week long. Cool off with Frosty Tuesdays featuring ice cold treats for the kids. Then join us for free popcorn Thursdays because nothing beats a salty snack after a giant bounce. And at Bouncy World, we believe every child deserves their moment to soar. Join us every Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. for Sensory Sundays. We dim the lights and turn off the music to create a calm, inclusive space designed specifically for our neurodiverse community. At Bouncy World, we fly high. From high-flying fun to inclusive play, we've got it all. Visit us at bouncyworldlv.com to book your party or check our open play hours. Bouncy World, jump into the fun today.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
all your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
What up? What up? We in the building. Can you hear yourself?
I think I can.
Hear myself.
You back?
Y'all hear me?
Welcome, Sugar Dose is back, y'all.
I'm back, everybody. I apologize last week.
He was like the Cowboys, missing.
They always miss. You gonna leave my Cowboys alone? Been missing for about 40 years.
But I'm back. I'm strong. We back in the building with the way bigger than sports show. We got a special guest, very special guest in the building. It's Q-Mecca. What's your name, brother?
Sugar Dose is the great.
And our special guest is the first black male judge of his department.
Yes, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Judge Courtney Ketter from the North Las Vegas Municipal Court Department 2.
Department 2?
Yes, sir.
Welcome,
sir. Welcome. Thank you.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. You know, it's my Friday. The weather's a little ugly, but I'm dealing with it.
He said his judges Friday. Got good days. Y'all got three.
Judge got a Friday off.
Y'all got 3-day weekends.
That's right.
Hey,
that's right.
That's another perk for being a judge, y'all. Everybody out there.
That's right.
All right. Judge Ketter, Judge Ketter, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Give us a little background on you, where you come from, what made you decide to be a judge. Just a little information for the people out there who don't know.
So I'm originally from Los Angeles, but I've been in Vegas for 20 years now. I did a little bit of everything, mostly working with families. So I used to be a CPS caseworker. That kind of got me interested in the law because I had to go to court, write court reports, dealing with attorneys. Applied to law school, went over, was a juvenile probation officer for a minute. And then while I was doing that is when I got into law school, started the whole process. Clerked for a wonderful judge when I got out of law school. Learned a lot from him. Then left there, went into the criminal world, was a city attorney with the city of Las Vegas. That's where I, kind of cut my teeth as a criminal attorney. Left there, did a little bit of family, juvenile, dependency, delinquency, a little bit of everything. If you name it, I did it. And then in 2022, got elected to the bench. Here we are.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So you got a lot of experience in a lot of different fields.
Yes.
Which is a good thing. What is a specific thing that you learned when you were, say, working for CPS? Mm-hmm. What did you learn, and what fueled you to become a judge? What you saw in that system?
Oof, man.
Was it some wrongdoings or some?
I'm gonna put it like this. One of the things I learned as a caseworker and as an attorney is that the judge that you're in front of a lot of times is going to determine your outcome. And the reality is it shouldn't be that way, right? Because
Understood.
we're all looking at facts and we're all looking at law. Same law, and a set of facts. We should all be able to apply that the same way.
Objectively.
Correct.
Facts.
But it doesn't happen that way. And as a caseworker, as an attorney, you would know, okay, today I'm in front of Judge so-and-so, okay, cool. We should be all right. Or today I'm in front of this judge, I don't know, bro, you might not be going home. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that was part of what kind of got me thinking about it. And then when the George Floyd murder, when that happened, I kind of just had like that tug, like I need to be doing more for the community. As an attorney, you kind of get to handle one case at a time. You're helping one family at a time, one individual. But as a judge, you get to touch dozens of people a day. And so that's why I said, all right, this is the next goal. This is the next step.
Well, that's
a good one.
That's a great story, and we need more.
Oh yeah,
we need more people with that type of understanding and objectivity, because, like you said, it's a lot. Like you said, a lot of it is based on the judge you go in front of, which is wow for everybody out there who get caught up in the system.
Yeah.
Suge, what you think?
I got one. The criminal division, right?
Mm-hmm.
You work for Rosenblum.
I did.
Right?
I did.
They didn't have a criminal division when you got there.
That is correct. Yeah, when I started with Molly Rosenblum, shout out to Molly Rosenblum, my former boss. She did strictly family law, but because of my experience, I said, "Hey, I want to continue to handle criminal cases." So I started their criminal division, from the ground up.
You talked them into getting a whole criminal side.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And because it's going to sound crazy, but criminal court, I loved it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, family cases, family is so emotional.
Yeah.
It's so emotional. People just want to win, regardless of what that means for the people around them. If I win, I'm good.
Yeah.
And that just didn't really sit well with me. Whereas with criminal cases, a lot of times, we know, right? Like in my opinion, most people that are in the criminal justice system aren't bad people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now there are, but most of them it's circumstances, right?
Understood.
Circumstances in their life led them down a certain path that they just couldn't come back from.
Right.
And so being able to help people address those reasons, that really appealed to me. Mm-hmm. And even now as a judge, it's the same thing. One of my favorite things I get to do now is we started a specialty court about a year and a half ago for youth. It's for defendants that are 18 to 24. And so if they have an open case, most of the time there's some reason why at that young age you're committing these crimes. We try to address those reasons. So it's a holistic approach. So whether it's mental health issues, a lack of resources, substance abuse, you'd be surprised sometimes how, these young people. I had a young lady last week, she's 21, she's been smoking meth since she was 14. You know what I mean? And now she's using meth and fentanyl. And so trying to address those reasons why they're, but it's all trauma-based, right?
Right.
They don't just wake up one day like, I'm
going to be a meth head.
Yeah, I'm going to try this meth. No, there's usually some trauma that they're trying to mask and cover up. And they use alcohol,
peers,
absolutely, substance abuse, sex, whatever, to at least take away that pain for a little bit. And so what we try to do is let's address those reasons why you're in pain, so that you have a proper way to deal with and cope with your stressors. So I love that. That's my favorite.
I love that. That's a great program.
That's a great
instead
approach.
of just everybody go to jail, go to jail. Do not pass go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially because, I'm handling misdemeanors. The most time you can do is 6 months in jail. 6 months, and then you're back out on the street.
Yeah.
So doesn't it make more sense for us to try to address these people's issues while we have them, right? Hopefully give them some sort of jump start the rest of their life so they stop committing these crimes, rather than just, I'm locked up for 6 months, you get out, and now you back, and you're the society's problem all over again. In 6 months. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to me, that just makes much more sense to just, okay, let's lock them up and just see them again whenever they get out.
Absolutely.
That's pointless.
That's a great program.
Yeah. Thank you.
And that's a great approach. A lot of in our country, a lot of people just look at the result or what somebody does and throw them away, like, oh, he's a bad person or she's a criminal, rather than what you just said. Hey, what are the circumstances that cause a person to do these things?
Right.
I think that's wonderful. I think we need more judges like that. Hopefully, and hopefully, you inspire people, maybe of our race, our background, to go and fight that fight that you're talking about, because we need that for each other and from each other on a level that all the other people have.
That's what makes you. I want to hit on that. I want you to hit on that rather. The journey of, I'm gonna say, a black kid.
Yeah.
Going through law school, because it probably ain't that many of y'all, right?
Nope.
Right.
I was one of 3 black males in my law section, in my night section.
And we know a reason why is because how black males in the law, the relationship between the law and black males is, I guess, let's say, complicated.
One is yin, one is yang.
Complex.
Yin and yang.
Yeah, let's say complex. So we need more representation like you,
Facts.
so that more people who look like us could go in and help us, rather than it be that dynamic where it's tug of war between law and young black males.
What's funny? You just hit that on the head. Like, one of the things that I do is I love to have people bring their kids in to observe, sit with me. I've had so many young black girls. I can probably remember 2 black males. The boys, it just does not appeal to them, and I get it, right? Because I was that, you know what I mean. I tell them all the time, when I was y'all age, if you knew a judge, if you knew a lawyer, it was probably because you got caught up. You know what I mean? It wasn't a good reason.
It wasn't to build.
Right.
It was because you had which is, that's a big part of the problem in our community. That's why it's so beautiful to hear you talk. And your perspective on it is from a perspective that we don't usually hear judges speak from.
Yeah.
Well, I can speak for myself. Where I haven't heard a judge speak from.
You're right.
So I love it. I love that you say let's go to the root of the problem and help the people rather than just throw them out because they're criminals.
Yeah.
I seen you say on one of your interviews that we got to realize that the people in front of me, they are citizens of this community.
Right.
Like, sometimes we treat them like just criminals, just throw them off to the side.
Right.
I think that's the empatheticness that you have is I think a great virtue for a judge.
Yeah, for sure. Like, we, you know, like you just said, people always talk about, well, we got to protect the community. Defendants are members of the community too, right? You know what I mean? Like they're not some subsection. They live here too. They pay taxes too. They have kids, and you know, and so when I have people in front of me, I'm weighing all of that. You know what I mean? Right. I'm looking at, you know, what's the nature of the crime, right? It's not just, okay, they got a battery, so I gotta you know, treat them this way. Every battery isn't the same, right? It might just be a push.
Right.
Or it might be a punch or a kick. You know what I mean? So I have to look at that. I don't just look at, well, they got a battery charge for a battery you normally do, $1,000 fine, you know, class, blah, 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 blah. That don't work. And especially because, right, like $1,000 to me might be different to somebody else.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so I'm looking at everyone's circumstances when they come in front of me. I'm looking at, you know, the circumstances of their alleged crime. All those things matter. And unfortunately, not every judge has that approach, but I think the more that we get the community involved and let them and have them understand, hey, listen, we're the beautiful thing about Nevada, all judges are elected, every single one, from the Nevada Supreme Court down to me at the municipal court level. We're all elected, and so if you don't like how a judge is operating, vote them out.
Can you please repeat that one more time to the people in the back?
Exactly. If you don't like how they're operating, vote them out. But the first thing you do is make yourself aware. Our courtrooms they're open. They're public. You can literally just show up, check in with the marshal. Hey, I just want to observe. They'll say, okay, cool. You can have a seat over there. Go watch.
I did not know that.
Yes, sir.
So we're learning something.
Yeah. I have people come in all the time and just sit there and watch, you know?
And that's a good thing, because then the people get to, because if we're being honest, when people go vote, they usually only vote for the They vote from the top,
Yep.
and then down they just do whatever. You always said, I seen you say one time, vote from the bottom up.
Yep.
So start at the bottom with the people that's going to affect you, the people that you're going to see. And now that we know, you can just go sit in those judges' chambers to watch how they are, to see, oh, no, I voted for you, and I don't like the way you handled it.
Right.
You handled that with bias, or you
was in your feelings.
Exactly.
I'm just being real about it.
Or yeah, exactly. So that's a good thing, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to some judges' courtrooms and say, hey, just can I observe and just see how fair they are, how unfair.
Yeah, we got a podcast. We trying to see what y'all talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we gonna bring it to the people.
Right.
Hey, people, this judge is fair. This judge, they questionable. Go look in their courtroom and see.
Like he just said, all judges in Nevada are voted in, so your vote counts.
Absolutely. And that's the one thing I try to impress upon people is, especially at the local level, voting is so important. It's we always talk about the presidential election, all that. That's cool, but these local elections, judges, city council members, mayor, your local assembly folks, senators, those are critical because they're making decisions that are absolute. President, what they do may affect you, it may not. These other local, they are going to affect you. No matter, they are going to hit you at some point or another. You know what I mean? And it's important to engage yourself because if you don't, if you look at the amount of money that gets spent every election, right? That right there tells you how important it is. Elon Musk went into last year's election or last presidential election worth about $380 billion. He's now worth over $700 billion.
He doubled that.
Doubled it. Why? Because he invested in who was going to be president.
Win. Yeah.
And because he knew how that could affect him, right? And so if these billionaires are putting that much money into it, that should tell the rest of us, hey,
follow the money.
This is important. You know what I mean? They know something that we should be following, which is that elections are important.
Elections are important. Coming from a judge, everybody.
And since we don't got billions of dollars to put in to give Judge Ketter, we gotta do it our way. We gotta support. We gotta go vote. We gotta go talk to the other people.
Vote.
We gotta build a community with the numbers.
Yes,
because if I had 300 billion, I'd have gave you like 50 million. I'd have gave you 50 million.
We gave you another win. Speaking of the community, you are in the streets as a judge, man. I appreciate that. Tell everybody what Youth Court is.
So Youth Court is, again, it's a program we started about a year and a half ago. One of the things when I ran that I heard a lot of people approach me about is we got to do something with these youth. We got to have something for them. For real. And so I really took that to heart. And so again, the point of it is specialty courts in general. What we do is it's not your run of the mill court. What we do is we're kind of sitting down and really getting to know them on a one-on-one basis and trying to identify why are you here, right? Because again, you're talking about 18, 19-year-olds that have, drug problems, alcohol addiction, mental health issues, trying to really drill down to why are you here?
Yeah.
Once we figure that out, now we put in place a plan that they can, follow to address those issues, but not just address those issues, but also hopefully set them up for success, right?
Yeah. Right.
We make them do mental health screening so that they need therapy to address those issues. They can get that. We hook them up with employee MV so that they can get birth certificates they don't have, Social security cards, driver's license, and then also hopefully get on the path to meaningful employment. I had one young man, probably about 2 graduations ago, quiet kid, and when he graduated, he came in, brought his girl with him, brought his little 2-year-old daughter, and he was like, you guys put me through this welding program, and now I got a job making $30 an hour. Thank you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so like,
where the claps at?
And so like those are the stories that, because you never know how you're impacting these kids. Kids don't talk. You know what I mean? Yeah. They come to court, I'm like, how's it going? Good. How's therapy going? Good. How's work? Fine. You know what I mean? And so especially the boys. The boys don't want to say shit. Oh, excuse my language. Sorry. The boys don't, they don't ever want to talk. And so when they say that kind of thing at the end, I'm like, okay, we're on the right path. But that's the goal is to kind of address all those issues so that when they graduate, they're kind of got to jumpstart the rest of their life, and hopefully we don't see them again.
Got you. That's a good program.
That program is great, and we should incorporate that into junior high school. Start junior high to high school, where we incorporate them on the
Junior
path.
high, especially.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. From junior high to high, and throughout high school. So that way, like you said, when they get out, they got a plan and a path, and they have a direction. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Especially in a place like Nevada, where college isn't going to be for everybody,
right?
But you can still get some sort of education. And in a place like Nevada, where we have all these different building trades, you know what I mean?
Yes.
We're always tearing stuff down and building it up.
Yeah.
So if we can plug these youth into things like that, into trades, so they have something to fall back on. Trades are amazing, especially in Nevada. I mean, you got people making six figures
and they're
for
needed.
some of these trades. You
they're
know what I
needed.
mean? And it's, again, it's not college, but it's something that you can take with you anywhere. It's a skill that you can take with you anywhere. And so many of our kids just don't, especially kids of color, just don't know about it. They just don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why we got to get it out there, because you're 100% right. A lot of people think, oh, I just got to go to college. Like you said, college ain't for everybody. So if you could become an electrician, I know some. My uncle was a master plumber. Now he on his own plumbing.
That's for
life. They make so much money, and it's always needed.
Right.
Even if you work at a hotel, you need the electricians. They make 40. Well, they might make more now. That's when I worked in a hotel. They made like $40 an hour then. That was 97.
Exactly.
Follow your heart. You ain't got to follow everybody else.
Right.
Follow your heart.
Yeah. Or one of the most important things that I learned late, from a book I read called The 7 Laws of Success, Deepak Chopra. He said, instead of telling your children to just get good grades, tell them to find something that they love, and then find something that could be of service to people, and do those things while they're going through their school journey. Bingo. And I think that's important.
That is
like Suge said, find your passion. You don't have like, we come from the, I want to be a doctor, lawyer. That's what our we from that era. There's different things you could do now, that you don't have to be a doctor and lawyer, that you can make a living and you could be of service to people.
Impactful to people.
And we still need doctors and lawyers too, but I'm just saying everybody can't be a doctor.
We need judges too.
Yeah. We need judges that look like us, that have empathy for each other. Because I remember a case, Stanford, I think it was a Stanford college student who got found guilty of raping a woman behind a trash can. And the judge on his case said that he's only going to give him 3 months of probation because he don't want to mess up his future.
Right.
That's what the judge said.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I said, what? If that man was a black man accused by whoever and he got found guilty, it would have been 20 years in jail or 30. Yeah, exactly. So we need people who have understanding and, like you said, who have understanding and empathy, and like you said, look at all of the situation.
Right.
Not just, he did this, so he got to go do this. Right. So we need more of you. Yeah. And we hopefully this message and talking to you and getting this out here will bring more people, young black men. I know y'all, I know the relationship with the law. Right. Yeah. I know it's tumultuous.
I get it. I get it. And that's why I love having the kids come in, and I don't just, it's not just me. I have my secretary come talk to them, my marshal who's black, my court clerks will talk to them. I let them see everyone in the courthouse, so that they can understand that there are a lot of roles. You know what I mean? One of the things that I learned when I passed the bar and kind of became an attorney is that this is a huge machine. You know what I mean? The legal justice system, and we're talking about just here in Las Vegas, where we've got how many millions of people. We're a little big city,
right?
You know what I mean? But you think about some places like Houston, Los Angeles, where you're talking about you got millions and millions of people. It's a huge machine, and there are tons of great careers. You know what I mean within it.
Yeah.
But again, our kids don't know that. Like I said, I didn't know any lawyers or any judges when I was coming up, and didn't want to, what I mean? Because that meant something negative that has happened to you or someone in your family. Okay. You know what I mean? And so We had Desert Rose High School, adult ed, bring some kids over 2 weeks ago. Got to sit down with them, talk to them about different careers, career paths. I've had Brandon Marshall and the Marshall Williams Foundation bring kids over before.
Shout out to Brandon Marshall.
Yep, good dude. Me and Judge Belinda Harris, we did a mock trial with one of the BSUs. We always try to engage the kids so that they can see, that there is a place for you other than behind the defendant's desk in this system. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think the more that we do that and pull that curtain back, the way other races, they know it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I went to school with kids whose parents were attorneys, grandfathers were attorneys, and it's the family business.
System.
You know what I mean? Because they know.
Yeah.
I go do this. I can take care of my family, live a good life. Boom. Our kids don't know that.
Yeah.
Our kids, think that the only way to be successful and take care of your family
Sports.
is to rap or hoop. You know what I mean?
Any sports.
That's 1%. That's 1%.
1%. Yeah.
Right.
And so it's just peeling back that curtain and open it up so that they know, hey, you can do this. I'm no Superman. You know what I mean? I just had a couple opportunities, capitalized on them, and I tell them you can do the same thing, the exact same thing. It's easier than you think it is.
And now they got somebody, an advocate in you that'll help them.
Absolutely.
Give them opportunity too. Because that's the only thing you can do is give back. You're giving back in the best way you can, not just money, but time and experience and understanding and being an example.
Yeah.
We need examples.
Yes.
Otherwise, we don't believe it could be true.
Yep.
So that's a great thing about a real good thing about you, man. That we trying. You are.
What would you say? I'm gonna ask you this. I'm thinking about this right now. So you talk to these youth, right? That's graduating or first year thinking about going to college.
Mm-hmm.
How would you encourage like a youth inner city kid to study law? Like how would you approach?
Yeah.
How you say that 1% that don't make it? How do you approach somebody like, okay, just choose the career path now?
Yeah. What I would say is kind of exactly what you said. Number one, what are you passionate about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Figure that out first. And then as far as incorporating the law, letting them know that a law degree is extremely diverse. You don't have to just be in a courtroom arguing cases. You know what I mean? There are so many people that have a law degree and you wouldn't even think about it. Barack Obama, lawyer. Michelle Obama, lawyer. A lot of politicians are lawyers. Sports agents, a lot of them are usually lawyers.
Yeah.
I have colleagues who, own businesses. Some of them are working in the legislature, lawmakers. There's so many different things that you can do with a law degree that, and people, again, our kids don't necessarily know that. They think lawyer, law degree, okay, I got to be in court arguing. I have some friends colleagues don't never go in the courtroom. You know what I mean? But they're lawyers making good money. You know what I mean? And so that's what I would tell them is you don't have to just be plugged into this one type of law. There's so many different areas of law that you can go into that can follow your passion, that can be plugged into what it is that you like, go with your personality. You can be in a courtroom as much as you want or as little as you want. I had a friend who we graduated and she went into tax law. That sounds boring as hell to me, but she loved it. You know what I mean? I want to do that, but she loved it. You know what I mean? Just like when I was doing family law, I had some colleagues like, man, how do you do that? I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. To me, it was cool. And vice versa. My family law attorney friends, man, you do criminal cases you can do so much with it. And again, it's just that educational piece, letting them know that there's opportunities out there, there's different things out there that you can do.
Yeah, that's what's up. It's got to be repeated over and over and over, kind of like a commercial for people to actually start understanding it.
Yeah, for sure.
We didn't get that. We was coming up.
Right.
We gotta go play football.
Right.
Like football or rap.
That was mine. If I don't do sports,
right.
I'm going to the military. Where do I go?
Yeah, military. Another one. Yeah, that's real.
But yeah, that's got to be something to repeat it. And the things that you do where you bring the kids to you to see you in the courtroom, to see your clerk, see everybody.
That's real good.
That's a great thing because we didn't have that opportunity when I was in school out here.
Yeah. Yeah, we're always trying to
not at
engage
all.
the youth on different levels, you know?
That's one of the good things about you. I see you are really, really involved in the youth. I know why, but let's hear the people want to know what makes the youth so important. Why you have such an passion to help them.
Yeah. You know, I think it's because I always feel like we as first of all, I feel like if you view yourself as successful, then you have an obligation to give back. I know everybody don't feel that way, but that's just my opinion.
Salute to you for that.
You know,
we need that in our community.
Like you should.
Yeah.
Number two, I want to be for kids what I didn't have. I mean, I think that's another way that we can kind of build our community up is by plugging those holes. You know, I know what I needed and what I would have liked to have had when I was a kid. So I'm gonna try to be that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna again show them what I didn't see. Be for some of them what they may be missing. You know, some of them may not have a male figure in their life that they can look up to. I'm gonna be that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that if we all had that mentality, and it's easier than you think. You know what I mean? I'm not spending 40 hours a week doing it, but you do it here and there for a few hours a month. That makes all the difference. You know, I used to work at juvie as a probation officer, and I would have kids on the outs running up to me in the mall, Mr. K, I'm working, I'm doing this, staying out of trouble. I don't even remember this kid,
but
they remember me. You know,
right.
They remember that I had a
impact.
conversation with them, that I cared about what was going on with them, and that stuck with them. And so it's kind of the same thing. If just that little bit of time with them, letting them know that somebody cares, somebody wants to see you be successful, can go a long way. And we all can do that. We all can. We really can. You know, it's just a matter of seeing the bigger picture. You know, that I think that's probably the biggest issue that we have in this country as a whole is that sense of community has eroded away. We used to care about whether or not
I definitely agree with that.
good. You know what I mean?
That's the truth.
Yeah. Nowadays it's like, well, me and mine,
It's
our
all
lives
good,
are on.
yeah.
We got food. We good.
We good.
I don't care what my neighbor's going through. You know what I mean?
We
Ain't
got
got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, nothing, exactly. You know what I mean? And I think if we can get back to that.
That neighborhood food gone and lights out coming to you to rob you now.
Right,
So guess
exactly.
what?
They're kicking your door
We all
tomorrow.
connected. And the universal law, number one, is the law of oneness. What it states is we are all connected, y'all.
Yep.
No matter what you might think. Every action that somebody does, or negative action or positive action, ripples out and affects somebody, which continues on.
Right.
So I agree with you. That community we need, like, we can't say we good if our people ain't good.
Absolutely.
That's like there's no, I'm good, but all of y'all struggling, but I don't care about y'all.
Right.
We gotta all be good and work with each other, like you said, help each other, give to each other to make sure that everyone is good. Each one teach one.
There it is. There it is.
So that's why it's important to start with the youth, y'all. That what he's saying is, if you want to take any path, if you want to send kids on a destruction path or a enlightened one, you got to start at a young age and get their minds thinking, teaching them how to think and be positive, or the opposite. So our kids are the future, y'all.
Yeah,
we got to do better with them.
They need to go back outside.
We got to do better with them. Yeah,
They need to go back outside. Play the video game a little bit. Go outside.
Go outside. Yep.
I agree. Learn how to do something outside. Learn how to plant, do a garden, build a garden. We used to build
Train a dog.
We used to build clubhouses back in the
Train
desert in Valley View. We built a 2-story clubhouse, and none of us were no carpenters. Well, we wouldn't have said we was.
Refrigerator
but we built
boxes.
it. We had everything in there too. So
cool.
you learn when you go outside, y'all. Send your kids outside. Don't let them watch kids play outside on a tablet. That's crazy. What are we doing? The children are the future. They awkward now. They don't like to talk to each other.
Man.
They don't like to talk to each other.
Man, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. So with our model, we put them in cohorts so that they can kind of go through it, go through the 6-month program together.
Yeah, that's dope.
In our youth court. And that's the idea behind it, right? Is, you got somebody who's in the same boat, probably a similar background, similar struggles, So why don't y'all kind of work together to get through this?
That sound like basic training.
See,
or it sounds like anything. I see you a Sigma.
Yes, sir.
Same thing.
Yep.
Hey, you go through it with your brothers. Y'all got to have each other back for y'all to
Basic
pass this.
training.
You don't pass this, he don't pass it.
Exactly.
So we all gonna go through this and learn together. That's dope.
Yeah.
And that's how, like
We
you
need
said,
to get them out there. Them programs out there. 'Cause
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know about those.
yeah, I didn't know about those until I started doing my research on
Right.
it. And I'm glad I done it. And you taught me some other things that I'm gonna go use for the other judges that aren't as
for sure, man.
decent
Especially
as
right
you
now,
are.
2026 is we've got so many judges up this year, man. And one of the things I'm gonna tell people out there is not just vote, do your research.
Yes.
Do your research, pay attention.
you
Absolutely.
the first person that said that.
People be like, who was it last year? Okay, he didn't do a bad job, so they put it back in there.
Or I don't know who this is. He just looked black, or he ain't black, or she's a woman, or whatever it is. I agree. Say it again. Say it one more time. What
Say it for the people in the back.
Literally, when I ran in 2022, I'm talking to people, and I would ask people, how do you vote? What determines who you vote for? And I would have women, the name that sounds most feminine. Straight up, they would say that.
Come
you know what I mean?
Ladies, you gotta do better. We gotta do better, man. We have to do better.
And so, and that's how, sometimes you get what you get,
Yeah.
But do your research. If this person is showing up to the cookout now and you ain't never seen them before, guess what? They only there for your vote.
Exactly.
They don't
want your ribs, man.
Right, exactly.
They just show their face.
And as soon as the election's over, you won't see them again until it's time for them to run again.
Vote again.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so I always encourage people. I used to tell people, they were talking to me, listen, here's my card. Go look at my website. Don't just listen to me talk to you. Go do the research. Go read, what I've been up to. Because anybody can say anything, right? But go and actually do the research and see what's this person about. You know what I mean? Because, again, these positions are one thing I used to always hear people say, well, judges aren't that important to me because I stay out of trouble. Okay, you might, but your son might not.
Your cousin,
your cousin might not. Your wife might not. Your brother, you know what I mean? And again, now you're trying to be reactive. Now this person, someone that you love, is in front of this person that has their future in their hands, and now you care. It's too late now. They up there now for 6 years.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so do the research ahead of time. Don't be, in our community, we're so reactive. We wait until we get screwed over, and then it's like, who is this? How do we get rid of him? Well, they just got elected, so they got to be up there for another 6 years. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's too
That's
late.
true. That's very true.
And that's the person that put him in, and you voted for him. Because his last name was cool.
Or his name kind of feminine.
Or feminine.
Kind of feminine.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. But that was the best. Vote. Don't just vote. Do your research. And then, like he said, after you vote them in, it ain't over after you vote them in. Nope. Now you got to hold them accountable. Yep. So you can go to their...
you can go watch them do their job.
If it's a judge, right.
Absolutely.
Or if it's anybody else, you just watch what they do. So maybe it's an assemblyman or it's a... You still watch and pay attention and show up to the town meetings. Start being proactive in the community so you can see what the people who are in control of the money that's supposed to go to the community or allocate to the community, what they're doing with it.
No law makers need to do that.
So it ain't just... So listen, guys, it ain't just vote and then go home. It's vote and then hold them accountable. And if they ain't doing their job, let them know, hey, we voted for you and we need you to do what you say. Otherwise, I'm going to tell the people that you ain't doing what you're saying, so we going to get you out of here.
I'm telling you. The one thing about Nevada is very unique in that our public officials are very accessible. I'm a Cali kid. I grew up in Cali. I grew up in LA. I would have never thought about, running into the governor or the mayor, assembly folks. But here, you can be in the same room as them all the time. Take advantage of that. You know what I mean? Talk to them. You know what I mean? Go to their office and call them, email them, hold them accountable. Because again, it's a very unique thing that a lot of states don't have. Our assembly, our state assembly, and our state senate is very small compared to other states. And when I say small, I mean like as far as the number of them. And so it's a lot easier to be like, you know what? Let me look it up. Who's my assembly person? Who's my senator? Okay, I don't like such and such is going on. Let me reach out to them. And again, notice how they handle that, right? Are they responding to you?
Do they ignore you?
Or do they ignore
Do
you?
they tell you, do whatever?
Right, yeah. But then when it's election time, you're getting that text message or that email from them, that mailer, and it's like, hold up, man. Wait a minute. I reached out to you, last year. Nothing. Now you want something from me. Here you are.
Right. And that's the important topic that you just brought up. Hey, if you're gonna vote for somebody, they got to give you something. Mm-hmm. Don't just give your vote just because they're a Democrat or just because they're a woman or just because they black.
Yep.
Right.
You gotta they gotta give you something for you to give them a vote. That's important.
Yeah.
We need more understanding of that as a black community.
Yeah.
Because we've been giving a lot of our votes just to somebody because our mama told us to, or our grandmama was doing it.
To make the family feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
rather than what's gonna help us and our children in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So that's important. So that takes research.
Yep.
You I watched one of your Instagram. I'm all up in your mess now. But you was saying you was on stage talking about what success was to you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that?
Man, what's success to me? I think success to me is if I can. It's not money. It's my impact. You know what I mean? If when I'm done in this role, number one, if there's no one that can follow me, that's gonna bother me. You know what I mean?
Right.
North Las Vegas is the only people of color. I don't like to say minority. I don't like saying that. People of color majority city in the state, and so I think it is great that right now the judiciary represents that. Mm-hmm. We have 5 judges in North Las Vegas, and 3 of them are black.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's dope.
That's good.
And if I can pass this seat along, if you will, pass along, I don't decide it, right? It's a vote,
Yeah.
So I can't just give it to somebody, but if I can help position someone to be in a position to run, that'll be success to me.
Yeah.
If I can see the reputation of the court change, that'll be success. When I ran, I didn't grow up here, and so I had to learn about North Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And, I heard people talk to me about the Nasty Boys and about some of the other judges and how people used to get jammed up.
Van Landshoot.
Yeah, yes. I wasn't going to say it, but you said it.
I know what I mean? Some of them judges. I grew up close to North Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
Well, it might have been considered North, but it was West Side.
You still called the L.
Right.
The smoke spatter.
Right.
Yeah, I remember the judges that was just the opposite of everything that you stand for.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how times have changed. I just realized that when I was like, Van Landshoot was in North Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's crazy how times have changed, and you are a great example of that, man.
Very great.
We need to get you propped up more so people can see you, so the youth can see you, so the world can see you and be like, look, this is a man of integrity and dignity and empathy for his people and all people, not just his people, but all people.
Yeah, because that's my thing is whoever comes in front of me, I'm going to treat you the same. Black, white, Democrat, Republican, gay, straight, trans, whatever. I'm going to look at the facts. I'm going to look at the law. That's it. And that's what that's how I apply it. I don't favor anybody,
Right.
One of the things that I try to do is give people a chance. I had a gentleman today. He was in court, I think, on Tuesday for traffic tickets. Never paid the tickets. And the prosecutor's like, Judge, just have him do the jail time, close the case out. And he said, well, I can pay the $200 on Thursday. I said, all right, I'm going to give you a court date for Thursday. You come back, you pay it, you're back on payments. Now, if you don't, I'm going to do what the prosecutor asked you and give you the jail time. He came in today. I said, can you pay it? Yep, here's the receipt. Cool. And he said, thank you for the opportunity. And I was like, thank you for taking care of business. That's it.
Wow.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
Just stories like that are dope. You didn't get those stories with Van Landshoot.
You ain't getting that shot. When you get out, you owe $200. Do not pass go.
Yeah.
But we got a sort of a lighthearted question.
Okay.
Hey, what's up with they call you your sneakers and your robes match?
Yes, sir.
What that mean? You from the hip hop era? That's what it sound like to me.
Yeah. So they call me the judge with the J's.
Just with the J's.
I rarely have on any sort of like dress shoes. I always got on tennis shoes. I got a blue robe. as a segment, of course. Got to have the blue, the traditional black, and I got a burgundy. So
see what you get to do when you a judge.
Yeah, absolutely.
See what you get to do when you a judge.
But I like it more the fact that
got my Kobe's on today. I wore these to work.
Oh snap!
Yes,
I like the fact that you incorporating something from our culture into this corporate job or position.
Oh yeah,
and that's dope, y'all. Because I'm like that too. I don't wear a suit with dress shoes. Y'all wear Iversons. Y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know I got some Iversons on. I got all the Iversons like he got all the Jordans.
Right. And when you come to my courtroom, that's the other thing is you can decorate your courtroom as a judge how you see fits. When you come in, I've got some poetry on one wall. I got a picture of Kendrick on the other.
Kendrick who?
Come on now.
What?
Come on now.
I'm going to your courtroom to sit down.
You already
got a K dot on the wall.
I'm going to your courtroom to sit down if it's Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, sir. I got some Dodgers stuff. I'm a Dodgers fan. But again, like that's what I want to. That's the when I have the kids come in, the one thing I tell them above all else, be yourself.
Right.
Because number one, people can tell when you're not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And authenticity.
And
shows.
number two, people will adjust. When I first got on the bench, I definitely had those attorneys try and test me. You know what I mean? They're gonna try to push the boundaries, and and I kind of had to let them know, like this is who I am. I'm here. I'm not gonna be intimidated. Not gonna be, we ain't gonna play those games. You're gonna respect me the same way that you respect any other judge.
That's what's up.
And it's unfortunate that as black men, when we get in certain positions, they try and do that, but the thing is, and this is why I think that the DEI argument is so funny, is we have always had to be better than the best.
Yeah.
And so the idea that putting us in positions is lowering a standard is the opposite. You're actually raising it, because we've had to work so hard throughout our whole life that we ready.
Right.
We're more than ready once we get there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
we didn't been through everything.
Yeah,
we
done
had to do everything 10 times better.
Untrusted.
That's true. All right. So before we get out of here, just let the people know where they can find you. Your
not in court.
Right. Not where they can find you to build with you, not for you to judge them or give them your social medias and where you be at, what you doing, what you got going. Let everybody know.
So on Instagram, you can find me at Judge Courtney Ketter. Again, come down to the courthouse, 2332 North Las Vegas Boulevard, Suite 100. Check in with my marshal in Department 2. Let him. His name is Tim. Good dude. Let him know you're there to observe. He'll let you sit down and just hang around afterward. We can chop it up. Yeah.
So
and bring your sons. Bring your sons.
Daughters, bring your
I
sons.
really want to get more boys in there to get them engaged. The girls always come. The girls are
ladies
are
with
ready.
these boys that need something to do.
The sons,
right.
Bring your
Get
sons.
them in front of the judge. He'll take care of them.
Yep. Or if they acting up, let them come see what happens. Let them come see. Let them come see what consequences
like a scare tactic
and accountability looks like.
Yeah, that's a good
idea.
idea.
Straight.
Get it out there. Yeah, we're going to do more with you, man, because you're a
we're
great
going to get you
person.
back in here, man.
Let's do it.
And we're going to get you outside and build with you.
Yes, sir. We're going to start attending these events with you, man.
Yeah.
We like this.
All right,
everybody,
y'all.
hey, Judge Courtney Ketter, Department 2.
Round of applause. Great.
Thanks
For the show, bro.
Thanks for the combo.
We appreciate you. We need more like you. I'm Q-Mecca, 2 texts up.
And I'm Suge Dosha the Great.
And you are?
Judge Courtney Ketter, North Las Vegas Municipal Court.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. Only thing we need more of is more love. And bring your son to court. Not the...
Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot 7025fm.com.